So Justina is Phil's wife from China. Where in China? I forgot.
Hunan.
Hunan?
Hunan.
Yes.
English breakfast.
English breakfast?
Pretty good. Phil made it.
Phil made it? Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow, Phil.
what's an English breakfast? I don't know.
So it's got sausages, bacon, but the bacon is different from American bacon. Hash brown, which is also different from American hash brown. Mushrooms, toast and egg, and tomato.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is different than tomato.
It's completely different from tomato, yes. That's correct. But it's all good, it's all good. Tomato, tomato, yeah. Whatever you want to use is fine.
Yeah, Saturday, so I will be leading this discussion for you guys. And we have an interesting topic. It says, never do today what you can put off until tomorrow.
Great advice.
It's the way I live my life.
Oh, man.
Amen.
Before we get into that, I guess go around and say our name. And we have 4 different questions here that we can answer. One of these questions we can choose and answer, whichever one you're most comfortable answering. And I'll start. My name is Michael, and let's see. I'll answer question 4. Tell us about one of your closest friends. One of my closest friends, his name is Bradston. He's known me, I guess, my entire spiritual life. So that'd be about 10 years. Before I started studying the Bible, I was at university, and we got some time to talk and really got close to him. And he's a really good friend that, I don't know, I guess as I've seen, as most times you get older, you can lose some friendships, but with him, I've been able to keep a friendship with him, and even though he's in another state, and we'll still have time to get together and talk or online. He's just a really fun guy, and he's just a cool person to hang around.
My name is Justina, and Justina Chen. I will answer the second question. What's something weird or scary or fun you would recommend everyone tries at least once? So it just bumps into my head that I went for a cycling trip for the whole month from a city called Xi'an all the way to Xinjiang province. That's all the way, to the west of China. Yeah, I did that for a month, and it was quite special. And it was super fun. Like in a month, we didn't really camp anywhere, just, trying to cycle every day and find a place, to stay in. Also, that's what I wanted to do. If I feel now able to go to Taiwan, I would love to cycle the island.
Cycle around
I think
island?
that's fun.
How wonder.
It definitely will be fun.
30-something years ago, I was in Boston with 2 brothers, help out a minister move from Boston to Los Angeles. 3 of us driving a car crossing America. Took 6 days, and we only sleep and eating, and we always driving. Right. There's a rental truck, Hearst rental truck, tows his van. The 3 of us adventure, Crazy.
Hey, my name's Steven. So one thing that's scary but fun that I recommend everyone tries once, I think just because it gives you a feeling that is really hard to find. One time I was at my friend's house, and he actually has a sauna in his house. We would sit in the sauna in the middle of winter, and we would just get really hot. And then we would run outside to his pool in the winter and jump in. So you go from like really, really hot to really, really cold.
Yeah.
And I remember I did it once, and I almost felt like my body was like resetting. It was almost like I was a machine that was like breaking. It was weird. It was a weird experience. I never, that feeling that you have of kind of like getting shocked is so interesting. I always like doing it. It's not necessarily fun, but it's just something that's very different that I feel like you can't really have otherwise. But going into like really, really cold or really hot is something that's interesting for us to do, because it's like we're not used to it.
I don't know if you guys know Star Wars or have watched Star Wars, with Darth Vader. There's a character called Yoda. So I would like to sit next to Yoda on a plane because he has a great spirit, very calming. He offers words of wisdom and advice. Also, he's very small. And when you're on a flight, if he's small, gives you quite a bit of space, and he probably won't eat very much. So you get more of what he eats. So I think Yoda would be a great person to sit next to on a plane.
And if the plane starts going down, he can lift it up. The shopping cart is the ultimate litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. To return the shopping cart is an easy, convenient task, and one which we all recognize as the correct, appropriate thing to do. To return the shopping cart is objectively right. There are no situations other than dire emergencies in which a person is not able to return their cart. Simultaneously, it is not illegal to abandon your shopping cart. Therefore, the shopping cart presents itself as the apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it. No one will punish you for not returning the shopping cart. No one will fine you or kill you for not returning the shopping cart. You gain nothing by returning the shopping cart. You must return the shopping cart out of the goodness of your own heart. You must return the shopping cart because it is the right thing to do, because it is correct.
A person who is unable to do this is no better than an animal, an absolute savage who can only be made to do what is right by threatening them with the law and the force that stands behind it. The shopping cart is what determines whether a person is good or bad member of society.
This article here is interesting. Yeah, there's just so much in there that we can really break down. I guess more lately, I can sometimes feel peer pressured by social media sometimes, whether it's to like something online or to watch a new video on YouTube or something. I can feel like if I don't know what this new thing is, then I'm not a part of what everyone else is doing. So I have that need to catch up and find out what that thing is. Yeah, sometimes I can feel that invisible peer pressure from others on social media. Yeah, to inform myself, so sometimes I can feel that slight peer pressure of, okay, let me find out more about this. Let me keep up, what's going on online.
For me, whenever I buy something, like at a grocery store, at the end, they always have, hey, would you like to donate $1 to the Children's Foundation or blah, 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 blah. And I don't know how this is going to make me look, but I always say no. I always say no. And every time I say no, like the cashier kind of looks at me in a different way. Sometimes they're like, oh, whatever. But sometimes they're like, okay. They're like just disappointed in me. But I found out that these companies will donate. And on a commercial, they will say, we've donated $1 million to this foundation. But actually, the donations that you give to these companies, that's what they're donating. So they're claiming your donations, which is terrible. I mean, I guess that's not a real reason to not donate, but I just feel peer pressured every time I go to the grocery store.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Stephen. Yeah, when I was in university, because I was an English and graphic arts major. So one of my classes, we had to do a lot of persuasive writing for our papers. And yeah, I think maybe the author using, these words here to, I guess like in question 2, maybe to peer pressure the people who read the article into not feeling like they are an animal or an absolute savage. Maybe the author is trying to help promote people to do the right thing, by using these words. I don't know.
Go to the end. You, sluggard, consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man.
I wrote this scripture on the top of my notebook every page when I was in college studying.
Did it help?
Yeah.
Did it help? Yeah.
What do the ant and sluggard look forward to doing? The sluggard
just wants to sleep.
Yeah, just wants to sleep and just wants to focus on itself. It looks like, just folding its hands and to rest. Question 2.
Can you share a time when you acted like a sluggard? And when you were a sluggard, what were some of the things you believed or told others to keep doing what you were doing? So that means like a bad example?
Yeah, when you were like the sluggard, something that when you wanted to just relax more than normal, and sometime that you would just tell other people that, oh, it's fine, it's okay, I don't have to do that, I can do it later.
After reading the scripture, is there an example of someone to follow? I can say my dad, when he's studying for something, he is like unlike anyone I've ever seen. He will study all day. So my dad is a pilot, and he needs to relearn planes every 3 months or 4 months. So you have to study like everything about the plane, and then you take another exam, a test to get recertified so that your knowledge stays. And when he's in that like mode, you can't really even talk to him. He's just sitting down studying all day. He told me when he was in school, he used to study so much that he would have dreams, all this stuff about studying. And I don't think I've ever been to that level where I'm so focused that I can't do anything else. But I've seen that in him. As he's getting older, he doesn't want to do that anymore. He's like, it's too much for me now. But yeah, it's just crazy.
Are there any outside forces that help you to be like the ant? Scriptures, friends, your boss? Yeah, I definitely can see how, there at the time of, when I'm lazy, it feels good to relax and sleep in. But I have to think of, other people that I'm affecting and by sleeping in or whatever other responsibilities I have, how does that affect more than just me? Yeah, I think of this scripture because this one has really been helpful. And then there's another one, trying to remember. Try to find it. It was a scripture I used a lot that when I was a younger disciple, it was pretty much what the scripture was talking about was, don't sleep or you'll grow up poor. It was really helpful to read that scripture and then just recite it and remind myself of it, of what do I value most? Do I, value sleep? If I sleep my days away, if I sleep, time away, it'll only last but for so long. But if I do value something more than that, it'll definitely last a lot longer. Yeah, that's about all I have for you guys. Yeah, it made me think of, just a couple of things as well. Brother who baptized me, he wasn't as wise as Yoda. He had a couple of things that I still remember to this day that helped me when I was a lot younger. One was sometimes the only Bible people see is you, and that made me think of just trying to be a good example in all of my life, whether I'm at work or outside, at the store, my car, try to be a good example to other people, not try to be fake or anything, genuine, just try to be real, to others. And maybe that can help move them to know God more. And the other thing was the real you is who you are when you're by yourself. So basically what he meant by that was, when you're alone and no one else is around, how do you act? Do you cheat, or lie or it's, I guess just basically you and God really. But what's really motivating you to continue to do what you do because no one else is looking? And those two things really stuck out to me. How do I act when no one else is around? At times I can easily forget that, but yeah, that's really been helpful.
Thank you, Michael. That was fantastic. Very,
it was
very thought-provoking. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.